burst out the box. out the box.
Hey there, everybody! Welcome to Fresh Out the Box Plays Fantasy Age for Great Round Publishing. I am the board game guru, game master extraordinaire, Hananan.
It's me, Casualty, CDG, the co-host of Fresh Out the Box and Fresh Out the Podcast. That's where we talk about movies, streaming shows, and video games. Yeah, we have a podcast. It's available where all podcasts are available. And I think we're on like episode 76 by now.
Is it just the two of us? Is there a third piece of shit on there?
No, there is a third piece of shit. He is larger and whiter than the rest of us. It is Drew Munhausen, the movie media mastermind. Just a big old white piece of shit.
Man, that guy sounds like he'd sunburn too close to the microwave.
You're right, girl. You're right. But today is Thursday. And on Thursday, we play our favorite Green Ronin game. Today, we're going to be playing Fantasy Age. We're returning for episode 21. And I'll be reprising my role as Solon, the high elf illusionist and diplomat.
I'm AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. I'm a variety video game and tabletop role-playing game Twitch streamer, and I'll be reprising my role as Harnassa, the Orcish Arquebusier.
Hey folks, it's Erin Baumier, also known out there as Erin Dippity Doo. I'm a game designer with Adventure Slang Productions and co-host of our Adventure Slang podcast, both of which can be found at adventureslang.com if you're ever curious. But tonight, I'm here for third stage as Balor Cressings, the Cleric of Wushalia.
What up, dog? It's your boy Keon, aka Lawrence Fishborn. And today I'm just here basking in the shadow of the Erd Tree. Who's that riding torrent? I think it's Merica. A lot of people seem to think it's Mikola, but I think that's because they want it to be that.
Where did you go on that? What the hell are you talking about?
Our best fans will know. The only people that matter will know.
Vampire?
Okay, if
I don't
I'm
know.
okay with that. If that means
That's
that
the deep
don't
lore.
matter, I'm okay with that.
I don't know if
Deep in
anybody
the shadow
does. I don't think I
tree,
do.
the future of America rests soundly. Is that what we're doing? Did I misunderstand? Okay. Yeah, hey everybody, welcome back to Fantasy Age. On our last adventure, you freed the kingdom of Torrents from the shadows themselves. An assault by Solwyn's brother, Lizanthan, who was revealed to be the masterminds of the battle, was won. You guys won it. You defeated the king that was wearing some sort of crown that was controlling his mind. He, however, is in a coma. You guys have had this plan to wed the princess to the king while he slept, to try to usurp the throne. It is pointed out to you by Inquisitor Warren that odds are essentially the Pope is going to probably seize power, actually. It is revealed to Solwyn through a dream that the sword that his brother seeks, the sword that separated the world of nightmares and dreams from the mortal realm, has been safely hidden within Solwyn's nightmares by his brother elsewhere. You formulate a plan to go get it. You already have this potion made by a priestess of Wushalia that allows you to share your dreams with one another. You are in the castle, and it is dawn. That's it.
Isn't someone going with us?
That's what I was gonna ask. Same thing. We wanted to invite the Inquisitor.
Do you want? You can invite the Inquisitor. Also, your half sister Tanya is here as well. Maybe that's who you're referring to.
We believe that the Inquisitor might be one of the higher ranking people after the Pope. And so I'm thinking a few steps ahead. If the Pope ends up being an evil guy who gave an evil crown to the king to control his thoughts, then we may have to dismantle that system as well, which will put this guy in charge.
I mean,
so we might as well.
Yeah.
We need to let him see our dreams. We need to let him see what's going on. And we need to get full trust of the Inquisitor.
Balor
We just need him to
agrees.
wield Excalibur. His last name's
Correct.
actually Pendragon, in case you're wondering. But
I've thought about throwing Pendragons and stuff before. I never feel like I'm good enough to do that. You know, like who am I?
mean,
you know,
Who is anybody, bro?
who am I to bring King Arthur? You know,
No, you bring in one of his descendants. That still makes him King Arthur.
his
but
his
you
his
can still
descendant
play with
Artie.
it a little bit. Or whatever this
I feel like
cat's
that's
name
been
is.
done actually, but yeah.
Warren. Make him Warren Arthur.
I mean, his last name's Warren, but
We don't know that. We just know that he's Warren. We don't know both of his names.
his first name's terrible, and you do know both of them.
Terrible
Probably-
Warren?
No, his name's Sherwin Warren.
Sherwood.
it's a nom de guerre. He's just messing with us.
Yeah.
Num de good. I've only ever
Sure
heard
would. It's
Nightwing
sure
use
good.
that term before. That's
Don't
it.
forgive me for having class.
I'm just saying.
That's proud of what I did.
I wasn't. It wasn't a criticism. I'm just saying where I heard it.
Just
So sensitive. What's up, Penguin? Welcome to the show. But yeah, that's where we sit. You are here. The princess is here. Everyone's here.
your
We'll
mama's
set
here.
it. We'll set this in the throne room. The floor is broken. The ceiling's caved in. My mother is not here. Thank you.
technically, she is.
Well, technically, I mean, we're in the same physical building. Because, you know, your game master lives with his mother, because, of course.
The box lore can.
That's how you get the authentic experience.
Hey, at least we don't have a basement.
Yeah, but if we did, I would totally be living in it.
Yeah.
Basements are cold.
But yeah, so here.
Say something before it gets sad.
I'm not gonna get sad. I've made my peace with it.
You're looking good. Look how good you look on the thing.
That's just because you
nothing
can't see my
sad.
stomach.
There's nothing sad about having an old pair of geriatric neighbors who live upstairs. Nothing wrong with that.
Is that what
You know what?
have?
No, that's when you're living in your parents' basement. That's how you describe it to other people.
Okay.
Yeah, I have old roommates who live above me, and they're nice. They're old and they're weird, but they're nice.
Yeah, they have really
Unfortunately, they
loud sex.
And I was about to be like, they be fucking. No.
It's interesting that both you guys would say that at the same time. Is that how it goes down at the Navisi household?
No, they're actually. I've literally never. Well, okay, well, just one time. I think.
Okay, all right. So usually pretty quiet, but sometimes.
Keep it on the DL.
Well, my dad's a lot shorter than my mom, so we always know something's up when he retrieves the stepping ladder.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. You go in the bedroom and you see a step stool next to the bed, so you know what happened.
That's how
Yeah.
you know. Just simple addition at that point.
So throne room, right?
Speaking of sitting on the ground, we're gonna be in the throne room, sitting on the ground, passing around the dream juice. Everybody getting juiced up.
Is that what you guys are doing?
Yeah, we're passing around the dream juice, man.
Okay. This is the first time hearing it. So you guys are gonna do that right now.
Well, we're gonna go get Warren, and then we're
Warren's
gonna
here.
be like, all right, and I don't know, find a good spot. where we're nowhere safe and
All right,
secure.
who's partaking of this juice?
Fuck yeah.
In my mind, if you guys are cool with it, Tanya stays behind here and watches over us to make sure there's no tomfoolery.
Yeah,
The
that's
princess is
wise.
here as well.
Yeah, and
I
the
will
princess,
be your trip sitter.
and the princess will also be doing the same thing, because we trust both of them, sort of.
You don't want to bring Tanya with you?
I don't particularly. I think she's a good bodyguard. I think I think she's good here.
All right.
I think she's trustworthy here.
I mean, sure.
Because she would know whether or not we're acting appropriately for dreamscaping, I guess, because it's more of a fayish thing.
Also,
would
don't just
also-
want anybody in my mind. This party can be in my mind because they're the people I've been traveling with, and I know that the Inquisitor. I already explained why I think he should be in here.
You know, Solwyn, she might make a more valuable ally, actually, in the Dreamscape, because a relationship between you two could open up some more vulnerable, perhaps more nightmarish places.
Yes, that's very true, and she does appear to be working against Lysanthan. This is the thing I'm most concerned about, is bringing anyone in who wouldn't want to work against the same evil. She appears to be allied with us for now. What
got
say
it
you, Lawrence and Hanasa?
It's your head.
Head, yes, your head, yes.
Right. So I will call her over. Tanya, do you have any experience in dreamwalking?
I
Sounds
know.
like a euphemism.
I know of it. I've never
Great.
done it.
That's
but-
more experience than Lawrence has, so yeah, you're going to take a swig of this as well and pass it around.
To enter your dreams?
Hopefully my nightmares. The dreams would be very pleasant indeed, but we must search the darkest recesses of my nightmares and greatest fears in order to find the location of this blade. It should be quite a traumatic time indeed for me.
She'll look at it and look at you.
I should like to have you all there inside my brain at my most vulnerable moment and my greatest fears.
If you insist, I suppose.
Princess, are you okay keeping a small detail here to keep us safe while we slumber?
Of course. We shall guard you until you awake.
All right, well, I suppose I'll put some blood in this and give it a good shake.
Well, we'll say some servants bring in a bunch of pillows and stuff like that.
Oh, right on.
What, Lord Jesus Christ? It's funny. He put it in quotes. Yo, I hope this shit's gonna fucking suck. I hope you
That's-
all excited.
That's what I basically just told everybody.
Yeah,
Yep, that's how it feels.
it's funny.
So, yeah, I stab myself with a little tip of a dagger on my finger, put the blood in, shake it up, and I take a swig and get comfy on the pillows.
Take a drag on the hookah. Wait,
Nice.
wrong game.
I do light an incense.
You gotta slap the dream jug before you take a swig.
Oh, yeah.
Someone
Sorry.
takes a swig. Harnass, you take a swig.
Yep.
Belor, you
Take
take
a
a swig. And then Lawrence, you take a swig. Right?
I mean, then yeah, you
Okay.
just saw it.
Just making sure. Tanya and Warren will also take a swig.
We've all participated in cannibalism. Yay.
You'll all sit on the pillows, look at each other. Nothing really happens. You're sitting
You
there on
have
the
to
pillows.
usually wait like at least 30 minutes before you take another one.
Good to know.
But you're all sitting there looking at each other. When are we supposed to feel something? Warren will say.
I suppose we should have asked the priestess. I'll look around and see if the priestess of Washalia is still in the room.
She's not.
Aha!
What are you talking
We
about?
may-
She's right there.
We may be dreaming already.
Yeah, you'll start looking around. The princess is gone. All the guards are gone. It's just the 6 of you sitting on pillows in the throne room.
Well, I suppose one of these doors around here should lead to nightmares, right? Where's the most terrifying place to go around here?
What terrifies you?
Isn't that? I was gonna say, isn't that your question?
Remember
Or
when we
your-
were running through the woods and I ran into the giant spiders?
Yeah.
That was quite a terrifying moment. And not so much the spiders, but the running and being chased and then surprised by a hunting creature. So I suppose a violent hunting creature is something that frightens me?
So we head toward the woods as best as we can tell.
Yes, that sounds great. Maybe they have some kind of dungeon here where they keep monsters.
The only door out of here is the main door, out of the throne room.
Well, I suppose first we'll go outside and see what the dreamscape looks like. I'm excited to see my own dreamscape, you know. It's one of the things you can only imagine. But when I open this door, it will be revealed. I wonder if I should keep my eyes closed as to not spoil the surprise.
I think that's a dumb idea.
I push both doors wide open, with my eyes open.
You push the doors open. You're immediately outside. You're standing on. Essentially, it's just a platform made out of cobblestone. Looks like the floor of the castle, with the door sitting on it, floating high in empty space. But when you approach the edge, you can see down, and before you, you can see a lot of different, obviously separate areas appear. There are different, the best way to describe it, different biomes. You can kind of see, forests and jungles and cities, but they're all very, it's like someone took a slice out of them and put them all next to each other.
There's no natural progression from one.
There's no
to the
natural
next.
progression. It's all very abrupt.
Yeah.
And they're all
Is
just
there-
sort of stacked on top of each other.
Is there one that looks like the elephant graveyard from The Lion King that's just like dark and full of bones and terrifying that just
So,
looks ominous?
Beyond this organization of landforms, you can see sitting in the back just a black ocean. And there'll be ominous lightning.
Well, we do know from one of us that the ocean is home to the same nightmares as your realm, so perhaps that's a sign.
That's true, but I'm not that scared of lightning. So maybe we just go with, I don't know, one of the more friendly ones for now. We just go for a stroll around Dreamland before we just jump into the nightmares.
I don't know. Lightning's pretty terrifying, mate. It
It's
strikes
just-
men more often than women, statistically speaking.
I didn't know that was true.
Isn't that weird?
You know,
It's 'cause
I think
we're
fish monsters, statistically speaking, probably get struck less because there
What are
are less
stati-
of few.
I don't know what
statistics?
a fish monster is, but fish people are very resilient to lightning attacks. Actually, that's not true.
I thought you were a fish monster. I didn't realize you were a fish people.
That's on you.
Yes, I've heard other people say it. I just thought that's what you were. I shall make a note. Thank you for correcting me.
We can call each other fish monsters, but you can't use that term.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Oh boy.
So, as much as I'd like to stay in here and wander about to the dreamland, do worry about our bodies. Are we not sleeping now? How long? How long will it take for us to get it there if we do just cut straight through one of these?
We really should have asked the priestess more questions. I have not that much experience with sleep potions. However, I have read on them before. I'd like to make a check to see how long they can last, how long they usually last, that kind of thing.
How long what can last? The
A
potion?
sleep potion like this, where
Oh, yeah.
we're all in the stream.
Make a checky.
Are you cool with Arcana Illusion?
Sure. It's close enough.
I've rolled a 20.
A 20 is pretty good. You're in a dream. What is time?
I was gonna say.
In the real world, having read on the subject, how long have people been stuck in this stasis before?
They can do it for days.
Okay.
It depends on how much you drink. You all took you didn't take that much. A few hours, maybe longer.
So the longest I've read people being trapped in this stasis is just a few days. Nothing like weeks or months. So we should be all right. We have the princess, and we're in a royal court, protected. If ever there's a place to be.
Except for the great dreamwalker, Rip Van Winkle.
Oh no.
Good
All
ref.
Yes.
So we'll have to pick one of these biomes in order to get through that horrible nightmare ocean on the other side.
I am going to try to will myself to be floating or flying, because I'm assuming we're in a dreamscape, so I can do that. Yeah, that's what I thought. 15.
Her ass begins to sort of moon gravity about a bit.
Holy crap, Hanasa!
It is all but a dream in your head, after all.
You must think happy little thoughts. I rolled a 9 willpower.
Lightning strike.
You just you don't buy it.
I'm
You're too
thinking
skeptical.
happy thoughts, Hanasa, but then nothing's working.
Just step off the edge and you'll find yourself flying, whether you want to or not.
Ooh.
Or the nightmare will be you falling and then abruptly realizing where you need to be.
Not a bad idea at all.
Who you casting Hero's Courage on?
I see if Washalia can reach me even in this dream.
She can indeed.
She can, yes. So 4 of us. So it's going to be all 4 of us. Get +2 on willpower test until the remainder of the encounter.
Okay.
Yeah, some courage to get through your nightmare.
Lawrence, you could also start to you more like kind of like dog paddle in midair. Like you can kind of swim through the air a little bit. There is a little bit of that going on. Tanya will look at you guys kind of starting to pick it up and be like, okay, well, I think that, the only way forward is forward. So, and she'll kind of hop off the side.
I'm going to stick with Hernasa's suggestion of just stepping off the ledge and landing where I land. And hopefully fear takes over as I'm falling and slams me straight into the nightmare verse.
That's one way to do it. Yeah, you'll fall and fall and fall. Everyone else jump too?
I'll fly after him, basically, yeah.
So the 3 of you will float down pretty gracefully. Tanya, and Tanya, Warren, and Solwyn will all just fall. They'll just plummet. And they'll hit the ground. But you guys will be fine. No issue. No fall damage. At least not yet. But But yeah, you will be standing on terra firma, and in front of you will be these biomes laid out. But right now, you're kind of on like a narrow bit of dirt lined with trees leading forward into these sprawling areas. They sort of move to adjust to your perspective, so they appear more grand. But yeah, you'll step forward, you'll walk this path, and eventually you'll have some choices to make here.
Turn to page 126 if no.
Man, I love choose your own adventure books. All about it.
I've been playing that Swords and Sorcery board game, and that's all that board game is it's a choose your own adventure board game, flipping back and forth through the rule books to the different sections, and it's dope. It's dope as hell.
Yeah. It's good stuff. So in front of you there'll be 3 paths. One is cobblestone and leads into a city. One is dirt and leads to like a sort of a plain like area, rolling hills, that kind of thing. And then the third leads to the jungle.
I say we go towards the town. Perhaps we could ask for directions towards Nightmaresville.
Who lives in the town of your dreams, I wonder?
You might want to.
Go ahead.
You might want to consider that the person who would know is you.
I would think all my favorite people would live in the town in my dream. Unless this is the town of my nightmares, in which all of my favorite people would probably be living there under some kind of horrible treachery, some tyranny, some government like that, some controlling environment. We shall see. Towards the town.
This is the town in which someone hides all of his sexual inhibition. So it's just the weirdest. No, I'm just kidding. You'll
really into styrofoam,
wine, and roofies. Elves are super into wine and roofies. They invented it, basically.
I'm not sure why
they
roofs
call
have
them
anything to do with
Mickeys.
it, but
But they call them Mickeys, he says.
Yeah. Jinx.
So you'll walk down this city street. The buildings will just they'll start forming around you as you start walking down this road. A lot of the buildings are kind of grown over the path, so you're almost walking underneath them. It starts to the more you go, the more it starts to smell. It starts to smell bad. It starts to smell like a human city. It smells like waste and piss and rotten food. You start to hear the sounds of wagons being pulled over the stones. You hear people working. You can hear woodworking, masonry. You hear people yelling, talking. Their voices slowly kind of come up as you're walking. And eventually, you'll come out of this alleyway. There will be a town square in front of you. A bustling town square. There's people walking all around. Someone will walk past you guys. Out of the way! And he'll push past. The town square is in front of you. There's a bunch of stalls set up all over the place, just sort of thrown together. People doing their laundry, people doing that kind of thing. Nothing crazy going on. There's no festival or anything. There's a man in the stockades. Every now and again, someone will throw something at him.
So it looks like a normal city that we'd be familiar with, not a fey,
Yes,
wild sort of.
it looks
city.
like a normal city. Everyone's seemingly human. You see the odd dwarf here or there, but it is primarily a human city.
Believe it
Do
or
I
not,
recognize?
this is not the city of my dreams.
I would be surprised if it was. I don't think I've seen an elf yet.
Have you ever been to any of the major human cities, Buller?
That's a good question.
It's good. Yeah, if you have, you have, or you haven't, and either one's fine.
I would say yes.
Yeah, you'll recognize it. You'll look around and you'll look up and you'll see on the hill. You'll see a castle like off in the distance. You'd be like, "Oh shit! This is Greystone. This is the capital of the kingdom."
And I just sort of relay that upon making the discovery.
That's
We're here in the
strange.
capital.
Well, I'm afraid if this is not the city of my dreams, this may be the city of my nightmares. So everyone keep your wits about you.
But someone, you've never been here, have you?
No, not at all.
Tanya
I've read
will
of the
pipe
place, but I've never even seen a map.
up. I've never been here either. This is wonderful. I've always wanted to come. She'll look around kind of excitedly. Warren will also be looking around. But
How many biomes were there?
There's 3.
Okay, just want to make sure. I just have a funny feeling that maybe some of our dreams are, some of ourselves are impeding on your mind, because I don't know how you. Well, this may be how you imagine the city would look, but the fact that Balor could identify it on site is puzzling to me, given that you've never been there.
Yes,
I've never been there.
Before we did the ritual, I did ask if we would all need to put blood in, and they said only the person in whose dreams you would be walking. So I doubt that this is for laws. This must be something. There must be something deeper here. Maybe prophecy. Maybe I have been to this town in the future. Dreams know no time.
Well, hopefully we find answers when we continue.
You'll continue through the streets. There'll be some kids throwing rotten vegetables at the man in the stockades, sort of laughing.
I suppose that's good human fun, but it looks like cruelty from here.
I mean, the guy in the stockades is like crying, like he's not happy about it. It's not like the typical like, "Oh, you kids guy." It's like he's like a broken man. It looks like he's having trouble standing. You can see he has obvious signs of like hip dysplasia from being put in this uncomfortable position for God knows how long. Like he's being tortured. It's not great.
Change places with that man, I'd be in a nightmare in an instant. I say as we continue walking down the street.
You will see some kids run past you, bump into some guy, and he'll yell after them, "Thief!" And the guards will start to chase the little kids, and one of them will be caught.
Yes, let's keep an eye on this situation. Let's see what happens.
So they'll call him a thief. He doesn't have what was stolen on him. And the men will grow agitated when he doesn't want to give up his friends. And they just start beating him. They start beating him in the street. It's pretty bad.
I'll go stop them, go interject, grab one of their arms before he hits the kid. Whatever he owes you, I'm afraid I will pay his debt threefold. Even though you can't tell what was stolen, you name the amount, and I shall repay it.
He'll name an amount, yeah. You give him gold?
Yeah, I do. I give him dream gold.
That's fine.
I'm going to give him, 3 times whatever the kid stole.
So you offer him the money. It's not about the money, it's the principle of the matter. He needs to learn to keep his hands to himself.
Yes, he has learned the lesson, and I will teach him again and again. However, consider his debt repaid, and I will take this boy home and discipline him immediately.
Give me a diplomacy check here.
I bet this guy doesn't care about etiquette at all, does he?
I mean, he is a merchant-looking type, maybe.
Let's try it with etiquette. I've rolled a 14.
It's not too bad. So he's going to kick the kid again, and then leave.
It is always about the money. Just name your price, and then I'll pay him. Help the kid up.
Help the kid up. The kid will look at you, and then he's gonna look at Warren, and they're gonna lock eyes, and then the kid's gonna run away.
You recognize the kid, Warren?
Yeah, I recognize him. And then, as he says that, you guys kind of recognize the kid too. It looks just the fuck like Warren.
Is that your son?
No,
Or him when he was younger?
no, that is me. I remember this day. He'll start looking around, like more into it a bit, like more like holy shit, like this is my past.
Is that how it happened? Or is something different in this world?
He'll take off his glove and show you his missing finger. Went a little differently.
The old laws.
Well, hopefully changing things here is made for a better life for Warren somewhere. Or this is just all an illusion, but perhaps this could be another realm, another multiverse. No one quite understands how dreams work.
After they brought me off to, after they beat me and cut off my finger, they took me to the monastery. That's where I became one of the clergy.
Let us go to the monastery then.
Well, we may wish to be wary of being led astray from your path. Because we're following, as I recall, we're here to find the blade within you. Mind you, did he hide it, or is it...
Yes, the location is hidden within my nightmares. So I come to understand.
I don't believe these are your nightmares, though. These are, well, his.
Yes, indeed. I was just assuming maybe we have to follow Warren's path to escape this route. But you're right, maybe we can break out another way and continue.
Tanya will look around. Yeah, I wouldn't make any assumptions. We're kind of in uncharted territory here.
Oh, great idea. I'd like to make a cartography check to start mapping dreams.
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
I'm trained in cartography. That's going to be a big 1-4 for me, another 14.
You start to map it out, and as you do so, retracing your steps in your mind, and as you continue to walk, you realize that the directions you're going and the distances that you're going don't make sense.
Oh yeah, that's totally fine.
Yeah. Like the path should be running over itself. It's kind of a yeah.
I'll draw it all that way for now, and I'll try to make sense of it when I get back to the mortal realm.
I'm gonna try to sense or feel the presence of a powerful sword that we're seeking.
You're gonna try and like will yourself to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
+2 puts it to 11.
You feel something. You feel something nearby.
I'm trying to open myself to my my senses that I usually have when I'm tracking something. But it's a dream world, so it's different. But I think the weapon's nearby somewhere.
You sense something very close by.
It's very close.
You see a door that leads into a building. It looks like a house.
Well, I'll follow you, Hanasa. If you're vibing something, I'll just walk right behind you.
I'll walk up and try to push the door open.
It'll open.
I'll look inside.
It is dark. It is not that kind of dark. I don't know. It looks like you're checking to see if you have dark vision or something.
No. Well, it's a dream, right? So.
No.
I will look about for like a lantern outside, like on one of the a free lantern or torch.
Yeah, you can pick up a lantern.
I will I'll start like fiddling with it to think about lighting it. I'm like, wait a minute. I'll try to will the thing to turn on.
I'll let it just turn on. That's fine.
Yeah. It's like there's like, how do I wait? Right. And point it into the room.
It just gets swallowed up by the darkness.
Step in.
Arnaz steps in, takes a few steps, and the orange glow of his lamp just disappears.
I'm gonna go in right after him and try to keep up with the orange glow.
Solon goes in.
I'm right behind Solon.
The Lord goes in.
Reluctantly, Lawrence follows.
Lawrence, Tanya, and Warren all enter. You lose track of the orange glow there, Solon. But eventually all of you can see the back of each other as you emerge between two trees. And you are now standing. It's very hot and wet. And you can hear the buzz of many insects as you step out into the jungle.
First, I thought I was happy to see the trees, and with each step, the air grows thicker and thicker. Ugh, the jungles. There's something about them that just weighs you down.
Probably all this water. And vegetation.
Hernas will be very quiet, peer around cautiously, and then, partly trying to remind himself this is a dream, nothing's here, but also, as a traveler, it's one of those wary in wild areas, because trees hide big beasts, as it were.
You'll see a tree up ahead, and there's a familiar marking on it.
Familiar how?
It's a mark of the Orcish tribes.
Is it my tribe in particular? One of the other ones.
We'll say yes.
I'll walk up to it.
You don't just recognize the mark, you recognize where you are.
We have no idea where we are.
This is Nagami tribe territory. It's one of the frontiers in the south, far beyond the valley.
All right, hold up. Before we step any further, is this some sort of traumatic day for you? This was the day that he lost his finger. What happened to you on this day? Maybe we can change things. Be prepared.
What did happen to you? I had something planned, but if you have something that you wanted to expose here, that'd be fine too.
Hernas goes very, very quiet. He just kind of stares at the ground. Kind of looks at you all and kind of like he's very much not keen to share this particular memory. This was when I was cast out into the jungle. There's a reason on maps you see that most won't bother marking beyond the valley, because beyond the valley is death. This jungle swallows you up. And the only reason you go out here is either you're too old to fight anymore and you wish to die fighting, or you're too weak for the tribe to use you. I decided I was too weak. And then I found this. I tapped my rifle, my arquebus. I felt that was my sign, my calling to take up a new path. Not the axe, the bow, or the spear, but of the rifle.
Well, I hope you understand. You're the most legendary rifleman I've ever met in my entire life. And I believe that can be said of you from many people we've come across. For what it's worth, it takes a great orc to make a great weapon. And you're a great orc.
The thing I'm more worried about, I have no shame about my path now. That I appreciate your words, but I know that that my path is a warrior's path. Well, more roguish, I suppose. But the part of the reason this place is so dangerous is because it is where, in ancient legend, we drove back the darkness. We drove you back. Well, you and your kind, anyway.
So the path, it does lead us towards the darkness, then. This is great. If this is a place of misery and death, this is exactly where we should be. Now let us march further into these forsaken jungles and see what comes after us.
Someone other than me should lead. My own fears and knowledge of this place will blur things, I think.
I've never been afraid of the dark, except for that one time that I repressed after all the trauma and PTSD. All ripped away.
A very brave way to overcome.
Yes.
Let's see. Do you have any navigation skills?
I don't think so. I do have does natural lore count?
Natural
I also
lore-
have I have good willpower because
For navigating in a jungle, natural lore is good.
even if it's a dream
18, yeah.
jungle. Hey, girl.
So Lawrence will pick up a trail of a young orc marching off away from from his lands, marching off to beyond
way.
the valley. When you say you drove them back, do you mean elves?
Yeah. The Dark Elves specifically, but to orc kind, it's all one and the same. They're all magic using Fey people.
Yeah, so essentially you fought the nightmares, yeah. Just not in your lifetime.
Yeah, no.
You will continue to march. It'll take you slightly uphill.
Running up that hill? Sorry.
Whoa.
Running up the hill. Here, that's where God is. Eventually, the trees will start to thin a bit. And some of them will start they start to get very obviously older. Larger trunks. But the vegetation thins beneath them. As you eventually come out to a sparsely treed area. It's not a complete clearing or anything, but you can kind of see through it. You see ahead for a lot further than you could in the thick of the jungle. And you'll see a young orc stalking his way through the forest. Up ahead. This is before you found your gun, right?
Yeah.
Oi, little orc child. What do you want, some candy?
He'll look back, he'll see you, and he'll run.
Not again.
Well, if we saw a fish man in the middle of the jungle like that makes sense.
It won't be long before. You'll chase him a bit, but you'll start to hear thundering footsteps of something large.
Harnas loads his rifle and starts looking around warily.
What's the word you use for the great beasts?
Malnasto.
That's Spanish for bad nasty.
Which was my nickname in high school.
El Manasto.
But yeah, large footsteps will start lumbering into the area. What do you guys do?
I guess, excuse me, I'm gonna draw my dreamy mace. I feel like I won't even really recognize the action of drawing. It's almost like reaching my hand down, but then at the same time, I'm like pulling it up, and the morning star is already in my hand as the thunder's hooves come up. How far away did the orc run?
So he just kept running in a straight line up ahead. You guys pursued him, and as you do so, you kind of lose sight of him as he hides from the thunder as well, from the footsteps.
I am going to cast a couple of things real quick. I'm going to cast Displacement as a minor action on myself, and then I'm going to cast Enchant Armor as a major action on myself. At least I'm going to try.
Yeah.
Total 14, looking for an 11. So the Displacement, I touch myself on my chest and say, Sorel Azir, and then I start to kind of fade and shimmer, and then you can't tell quite where I am as I kind of flicker in between this 3-yard area. And then, while I already have my hand on my chest, I say, Avir Enchantro, and rolled a 17, looking for a 10 with 6 stunt points, so I'll enchant my armor, and then I'll twin the spell with my stunt points, and also enchant Lawrence's armor. So we both get a +1.
Nice. You'll cast your spells. What will the rest of you do?
I'm gonna jump because I can fly or jump high-ish. I'm gonna jump up into one of the trees and try to hide out there from what sounds like a Malnasto to me. Because I don't want that to see me.
Lawrence is just gonna scream, "You think you're better than me!" and run towards the sound.
The bad nasty.
Yeah.
What about you, Belor? You're muted.
You're muted.
I also lay low, actually, and kind of hide, weapon drawn, but within eyesight of Lawrence. I want to be watching you to make sure you don't just die in this dream. That's it, though. Waiting.
Lawrence runs out towards the sound, and you'll all see it come into focus. It is gigantic. It's hard to... How big is it? It is... I mean, it's at least 20 feet tall.
To the T-Rex.
So, long story short, it's essentially a T-Rex. It's a little different than a T-Rex. It has spikes all over its back.
So are we going off of the idea that they all had feathers?
No, this thing is brown and covered in spikes.
Okay.
And he has like discernible pecs for some reason. I'm just looking at this picture. He's got pecs. He's like, "Ugh." Like he goes to the gym and he gets rexed. Yeah.
It sounds like you're describing Batista right now. It's a literal Tyrannosaurus
he's
Rex.
played by Batista. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tyrannostista.
More like Tyrannosaurus Pex, am I right?
Hey.
There it is.
I feel good about that.
That was a pretty good one.
I didn't catch it.
Tyrannosaurus Pex.
He said more like a steroidosaurus.
Get him, Keon.
But yeah, this creature looms above you. What Harnass would call a Malnasto. Yeah, go ahead and... Well, we're not going to roll initiative. Lawrence, you go, and then it goes. And that's how it's going to be. And then everyone else goes.
Okay.
All right. 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 All right.
Lawrence
I want to roll 12
does
initiatives ever again.
does a minor an action to go berserk,
Uh-huh.
and then what button do I push here? Fighting. How's that? For
Yeah, you run at him. You
Ah!
scream. You think you're better than me, and you carve at him. You do
You think
hit.
you're better than me?
6 plus
God
what?
Damn it. 6 plus fucking two, right? 2 because 1 for all out attack and 1 for berserking.
Okay.
Plus strength, which is fucking good. Good
Fucking
stuff. It's
good.
2, so plus 4, so it's 10 damage.
Okay, that's much different. All right. Alrighty. You stab this thing with your trident. So like it does hurt it. Like, don't get me wrong. It does damage. But it's like, come on. It's going to let out its roar. The classic Jurassic Park. Rah! But like scary though.
Yeah, with like just underneath it.
Yeah, the whale sounds.
Like a
Rawr.
One of those.
It hits you with the rawr. Alright, so it's going to let out its roar, and it is going to spin.
Alright, I'm done.
That was pretty. Those were all some good sounds.
No,
I was getting there.
It's going to reach its head down and it's going to try to eat you. Ooh, I rolled low. You might actually not get hit.
Hey, boy.
Okay, I feel like a 9 misses you.
Yeah, because I have 9 defense plus whatever I get from displacement.
Minus whatever you get for all-out attack.
That's what I'm saying, because I have 11 minus 2, so I already did that.
Oh, 11 minus 2 is the 9.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus what Gary gives you. Yes. So he's going to reach down. You feel like a push as the magical armor kind of like makes you like bounce off of his teeth. He's going to take a big bite out of the ground. You'll look at that hole that it creates. You'll be like, huh, it's a pretty big hole.
So, I probably have to wait till my next round to be able to flee, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Belor.
Oh man.
Like that one.
No, I'm just over here making dinosaur noises to myself, just dying laughing. I'm
was
on
good
my own.
content.
Yeah, man. Well, then Annie handed me her phone, and she says the vocalizations of the velociraptors in Jurassic Park weren't the recordings of angry animals. It's somewhat embarrassing, but when the raptors bark, it's the sound of a tortoise having sex.
No shit.
Yeah, that's fair.
Wow.
Oh. Oh.
Everyone knows tortoises do be fucking, though.
True, true.
It gotta be.
Everything be fucking, for real.
That's just the cycle of life.
Even rocks. That's where more rocks come from, and that's how mountains got so big.
True. They just
That is not how geology
mash
works.
together.
No.
Yeah, well,
So you're telling me
I went to American
mountains-
public school, so I don't know anything.
You tell me mountains
Tell me
don't
that
come
mountains.
when tectonic plates rub against each other, Corbinian?
That's what I was
yeah.
gonna say. When
That's
two
what-
tectonic plates bump in uglies, you get mountains. That's how it works.
It is how it
That's
works.
where Dwayne the Rock Johnson came from.
Yeah, I don't know what they're teaching you guys.
Exactly
in
where it
Canada.
came from.
Yeah, his dad
But
just filled his
science.
mom up with rocks.
But mountains are just tree stumps from giant trees.
I like that one. That one's really cool.
That's gonna
It's
go in
it's such an inventive thing for such stupid people to believe.
It's like one time one person saw a butte, so then they decided that all rock formations must have been trees.
You mean a bunny?
You got it.
one of those.
Before crucix.
So. Oh man,
Rawr.
I'm not sure what to do. I'm gonna go ahead and just try. No, I'm kidding. I wanted to throw out a support for you somehow, Lawrence, but I actually don't have one that'll work very well. Except for this hero's inspiration. I sort of try to keep that Washalia energy going strong with some inspiration. Add some beauty to this darkness. That's gonna be +2 on the next ability test for all 4 of us.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. Everybody gets a +2 to ability checks.
To the next one.
To the
Only
next
one.
one.
Yeah.
And another one.
Another one.
And if it's a willpower check, then they destack.
DJ Khalid twins all his spells. And
So
another
does
one.
2 Chains.
So does 2 Chains. We'll go with Harness.
I'm going to try to will the jungle ground beneath the creature to be like a swampy moor. Just basically bog it down so that way its own weight kind of helps it sink and trap it.
Okay.
Because why shoot at a thing that's in a dream? Not 14, not 16, but 18.
18.
+2, +2. +2 to my willpower, +2 because of the inspiration.
Oh, snap.
Yep.
What's the +2 to your willpower from? I feel like I remember, but I don't remember.
Hero's Courage.
Hero's
last
Courage.
encounter.
That's right. That's right. So they're both Belor blessings.
Yep.
So you as you try to alter this dream, you begin to doubt yourself, but you feel the divine inspiration of the goddess of beauty help you along, and it does indeed turn into a bog beneath the feet of this creature as it begins to sink.
Into the thick trees! Get away from it! That's a Malnasto, a great beast.
What do you do, Solon?
I am going to try to will myself into a tree, looking like a tree. Not being one, but looking like a tree, and I'm going to run off as a tree. If it works. If it doesn't work, I'm just going to run off as Solwyn.
Let me see that willpower check.
Here's the willpower.
Okay.
It's great. It's an 8 with a 1 stunt point, and so I'm feeling like a tree, and I run off feeling like a tree.
You pick up a branch,
It's
hold it in
12.
front of your face, and
12.
you run off into the dark. Oh, it's a 12,
It's a 12. That's right.
but that's not very good.
Yeah.
You run away. All right, back to Lawrence.
Typical elf running away, leaving us behind.
Speaking of that, Lawrence is also gonna run away.
The ground beneath you and the lizard begins to give way to water,
Of course.
and you're just gonna run.
Just running.
Give
I
me-
was running.
Give me a strength athletics check.
Would might count as athletics?
Might works, yeah.
It might.
The ground gives way beneath you. You step on a soft piece of dirt, you almost sink, and then you kick off of a log and you jump clear of the sinking, and you run away.
Parkour.
Now let's see if this creature is bested so easily. He's
What's
going.
wrong, T-Pex? Never seen a little mud before.
He's going to leap out of the brackish water forming around him. He's going to land on the ground.
Oh, shit.
It's going to land on a roar. It does not do anything else. Like, you guys definitely getting further away from it, but
Made it waste its action getting
yeah,
out of
it
being
wasted its
trapped.
turn. Belora.
We're running, so I'm gonna try and catch up with the runners.
Excellent. Everybody is now running. The creature's going to chase you. What's your plan? All of you are running. You can see each other. You're all pretty close to each other. But what's the plan? Why does it not catch you?
I'm thinking of Hernas's first thought is to run into where the trees of the jungle get thickest toward one of the old hero shrines. Hero shrine's kind of a strong way to put it, but it's like ruins that we leave to be ruins, because they're where the heroes. Each hero found their magical item, their great sword, their great axe, the great book of whatever. Those are sacred places, also very hard to get to, which may hopefully be annoying as hell. If nothing else, the trees may force it to not be able to catch us. If nothing else, we can take shelter in one of the few structures that exist in the jungle.
Ancient, forgotten jungle dungeon? Is that what you're talking about?
That's
right
what he's
now?
talking about right now. Yeah.
Yeah, all right. That's bad vibes. I'll do that. That's nightmares all day.
What are all your speeds?
I don't want to say that on the pain of being incriminating myself.
14.
17.
Do we add anything to it?
No. It's
Not
already
10.
adjusted.
11.
Okay. So everyone's getting away from this creature pretty well. You guys are heading towards a thickening of trees towards where Hernas suspects one of these hero runes are. The T-Rex catches up to Lawrence and Belor, but Lawrence is closer just because he was closer to begin with and because he's the slowest.
Nice.
There's no
Well,
way.
he's drunk, not
There's
slow.
no way I missed your ass twice. There's no way. I did.
Yes, there is. Yes, way.
I did.
See you later.
It's going to chomp right behind you, man. And you can, you feel the snap of its teeth, in your bones.
I ate the bones!
I don't remember what that's from, but I remember that it's a thing. That's ridiculous. All right. Yeah, you guys will keep running. Another turn will pass. You will be right there at where the trees are. Hernas, where are these ruins? Find them.
Actually, I'm going to try to will the path to open up to me to lead me to one of the shrines.
That is
Any one of them, really. Because I was thinking I could do navigation. Nope, don't navigate. This is a dreamscape. You can make things happen.
You can make things happen. Yeah, that's absolutely.
15.
15 altogether. It's not bad. As you guys are all running, the trees come towards you as the horizon dilates, and you just suddenly are there in the trees. The creature breaks through the tree line, but is slowed down. Up ahead, there is a giant tree that is sticking out of a mound of dirt that half covers it, and you see markings that indicate one of these shrines is nearby. And you see a little path that leads behind the tree.
Booking it as hard as I can to try to get inside.
Yeah, you guys all book it because of what you did. Because you specifically willed the terrain towards you, you do get there and slow down the creature enough so that Lawrence does not get attacked again. You're able to run up this path around the back and into this tree, this massive tree. This tree is big enough you could put a house in it. It's a huge tree.
Oh, finally, somewhere that feels like home.
Are we secure enough here?
You can hear the creature outside, kind of stomping around, frustrated, trying to find a way to get to you. But it seems like
Better
you're
than
safe.
nothing.
Malnasos generally stay away from the shrines. It's because it's where the heroes got their magical weapons from. So it's usually it's usually where they die, because heroes are made by killing such beasts like that.
As you're all hiding here, you will look and you will notice a young orc also cowering in this hole.
Isn't that the child from before that you offered candy to, Lawrence?
You're saying all orcs look alike.
I've offered candy to a lot of children today. It's been a whole thing.
But anyways, that so as you guys find this kid in the dark, that's where we're gonna go ahead and take our break. Thank you everyone for watching. We shall return shortly.
Really good line for a commercial break.
What?
I've offered a lot of kids a lot of candy.
Yeah.
You'll have to be more specific.
Brought to you by Nestle Crunch. Get those kids in your van. All right. Don't do that. We'll be right back.
Fresh out the box. Fresh out the box. fresh out the box. One, two, 3, 4.
Hey everybody, welcome back.
Yeah, it's me.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm AD Springer, also known as Carbinian, reprising my role as Hernas, the Orcish Arquebusier.
And me, alternatively, Aaron Dippity Doo, as I'm known out there, also Aaron Bamier, coming back as Balor.
Bro, if you don't know, you don't know, dog.
God.
You must be in the box, dude.
Yeah, come on and get in this box.
No, get out of the box.
Oh,
Yeah, get out of it.
fresh.
Yeah, get out of the box.
That's
This
where
is
we
I
keep Gwyneth Paltrow's head.
We don't want you in here. Get out of the box.
Yeah.
Eric Jackson.
You're right. When we say it out loud, it doesn't sound right. We should be telling them to get in the box. Get in here. We're fresh in the box. Get in here. But instead, it's like, get out.
Get out of the box.
Okay,
Go for
everybody.
her.
Eric
Go eat
Jackson is recovering from surgery. No one do any jokes. We don't want to make him laugh.
All
Okay.
right. No more jokes.
Don't
We
laugh.
did jokes in the first half.
No more jokes. What'd you have
Who's Eric
surgery for,
Jackson?
Eric? You alright? Yeah, I mean, you don't have to tell us, obviously. It's
If he
embarrassing.
can't laugh, I'm just gonna guess. I'm gonna just lob one out here. I'm gonna go with the hernia surgery. And like
Why?
you say, they don't have to, they don't have to confirm anything. But I had a hernia surgery once, and you would be surprised how often you use your lower abdomen for everything, every second of every day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Maybe Eric Jackson
Ooh, it was eye surgery.
got
Eye
surgery to be
surgery.
less of a bad motherfucker.
If we make him laugh too hard, his eyes will blow up.
That'd be cool.
No jokes. His eyes will fall out of his head.
Like the Death Star.
It'll be like Beetlejuice
That's it.
when the eyes just boing and spring out the front. We can't make him laugh or else that'll happen.
Man,
You're
my
a fucking
eye
kid.
hurts. What the hell? Why?
Oh, come on.
I'm
Don't get this-
sorry for that cornea joke.
Fun.
Oh, man.
Hope it doesn't last long.
Oh, man. Rods
wanna
and
go-
cones, am I right?
Dilate.
Nice.
I see what you
because
did
of those
there.
jokes.
Mm-hmm.
Eyes certainly
Wow,
lends
yeah, fire.
themselves to humor. There you go.
Nice.
There you go.
I don't
Something-
see how any of this is funny.
All right, let's focus on the game.
Thanks, Eric.
Sclera.
Let's
Ugh.
lend our ears to Jahan.
Oh shit! I have to talk now. All right. Yeah, you're in. So you fleed from the Great Lizard, the Malnasto, as Hernas keeps calling it, into the trunk of a great tree. that supposedly is the place where an orc hero found a great weapon.
And it's so bright it almost hurts your eyes when you look at it. Like a supernatural kind of shine.
I'll say it in Orcish basically, and ask my younger self if he's seen my dream self, if he's seen such a thing elsewhere in the jungle.
It's like a shard of sunlight.
He'll shake his head. He doesn't say anything though. He'll just shake his head no.
No, he doesn't seem to. He hasn't ran into it. Mind you, makes sense. I wasn't. I went from shrine to shrine, trying not to die right away. But even the rifle, I didn't find any great shrine. Really, I just kind of stumbled upon it. Really.
I wonder, in this dream, if your arquebus is that as powerful as you need it to be to defeat the Malmasto. Isn't that why you've carried it around with you?
Well, yeah, but it was a matter of... I knew even when it took me a long time to learn how to use it, and then when I did, I learned it could kill quite a lot, but I knew that there must... Like any great legendary weapon, all the great weapons were... The great sword was rusty and had holes in it, and then it was made whole and strong by the hero of the sword. The spear had had just its spearhead. He jabbed with it, with just his hand, and then made a handle of gold and so on. The arquebus I wield now, I could, even if I could make it powerful enough to kill the Malmasto, I honestly don't know what its perfect form is. I'm still trying to figure out how black powder weapons work. The closest we've gotten to learning any more about it is the pages that we found in that island place, the Human Torrents. There we go.
An NPC has been named. I'm not sure if I can fit them in quite yet, but thank you, Penguin, for this. Let's see. Kelly Bossa Bologna, the self-made Baroness.
It's pronounced Bologna.
Kelly Bossa Bologna, the self-made Baroness of Bratwurst. She turned her hobby of sausage making for survival into a company that makes sausage for your survival. Her company, Phallic, then cut the tip off the wiener organization, which left the staff flailing around and unable. This is a very long dick joke, but
it's a very long dick joke. You say?
It's a very long.
I think
dick
it
joke.
just paid off.
Yep. As very long dicks tend to do. Ha ha! Hello. All right.
All right. Well, you can't start a long dick joke and not finish.
That's what you think. And unable to grow to the size it once was, phallic, which stands for putting heaps of anus lard and love in casings. And wiener is the world ensuring every noble, enormous riches.
With Avenging Penguin here, you don't need me, so I'm just gonna go, and they can take over on the dick jokes.
There you go.
Perfect.
Thank you, Penguin. And if anyone else wants me to read a long character background that is a dick joke, all you have to do is spend 1,000 channel points. I'll do it. But yeah, I guess you guys are going to be seeing this person. This person very soon.
I'm gonna look out. Like, I imagine there's up in this tree openings to look out into or some sort of platform, perhaps, to look out into the countryside.
There's the way you came in, and then it goes down into the tree. Deeper.
Like below the ground?
Yeah. It's also a very big tree.
Oh, I'm gonna try to see if I can sense that sword that we're looking for, actually, because maybe it happens to be here. Is that willpower buff still a thing? I don't know how long that lasts.
Yeah, give me a thing until you guys switch to a new scene. That's pretty
17.
good. Yeah, you do sense it. You sense something of great power down in the dark.
There's something powerful deeper in the shrine. Which, Dreamscape logic makes sense. This is where something would be kept. Or would be found, anyway. It may be your sword, but I'm not sure. I'm not a shaman. I'm not used to dealing with willing things into being.
Feelings.
If I were to be a hero of magic, I wouldn't have had to go out into this damn jungle in the first place.
I am surprised your kind looks so favorably upon magic.
Magic's powerful. You can set large things afire.
There is not
attach
much.
your arms back in.
There's not much literature on orcish mages or orcish magic. I should very much like to read some.
You would have to seek out the shamans that tell the oral histories. Our history is not written; it is spoken and sung by skalds and. But the greatest secrets are held by the shamans. They know everything.
I should very much like to record some of their tales.
Assuming they don't try to kill you first, anyway. But the last time we've had to kill one of the elven kind, that was far beyond my time.
My people speak favorably of yours. However, for us, it was only yesterday.
I suggest we go deeper in and try to see if this thing is your weapon. If not, it may be a weapon we can use in this dreamscape, because it is powerful from what I can sense. I'm just not sure what it is I'm sensing.
Let's lead the way into the darkness.
Actually, for the GM, does this shrine look familiar? Because in my head, there's like in the backstory I wrote down, there's 3 major heroes: the sword, the spear, and the mage. And me, supposedly, but I have to do something heroic first for it to be a shrine. Is this one of the 3 main shrines, or is this a different shrine?
This is a different shrine. It's one that you stumbled upon in your youth.
This is where I found the arquebus. So that means we need to go this way, and I'll start heading down, avoiding the traps that I remember back there, and traps as in things that would fall apart because you're in a crumbling ruin and crawling around, you stupid orc child.
Yeah, you'll go deeper into this tree, and eventually you will hit some ruins. You'll show everybody where to go from there. You will.
Yeah, ignore that riddle; it means nothing.
You'll eventually come out into a room, a crumbling room with crumbling walls, and there is a skeleton in here with some gear strewn about. And it is there that you see your arquebus.
In the same when I found it, I remember finding it in its very rusty, kind of shoddy-looking state. Does it look like that still, like when I found it, or does it look different?
The arquebus?
Yeah.
Looks the same. Just like you remembered.
Well, that's the arquebus when I found it. I look around to see if there's anything else. Say a shining shard of sunlight.
You do see a tunnel leading out of here that wasn't here before last time.
That tunnel's new.
I do love a mysterious tunnel.
Nah, I'm just not gonna say that. Sensing, does it feel like that powerful feeling was coming from the arquebus?
It's definitely not coming from this room.
The power isn't coming from here. It's attached to my dream. It's the memory, but what we're looking for, I think, dwells beyond. But I can't tell you what's in that tunnel, because that wasn't there when I was here. I had to climb back out again when I found the rifle.
Well, I'll lead the way into this mysterious tunnel. After all, we have been sort of trading off. Tally ho! And I'll walk in.
You'll walk in. Eventually the tunnel will go from being dark and dirty to it'll start to get brighter as you go on. Eventually leading out to there's a wall up in front of you. It is a stone wall. You can see light escaping from above it. And inset on the wall is a statue. It's all overgrown with moss and plants.
Do I recognize the statue?
Yes. It does appear to be
From-
from the Fey realm, yeah.
Okay, from the Fey realm.
Yeah.
Ah, something familiar. I'll beckon to the people behind me that are still coming, still approaching.
Except we're not there. No.
Right.
Everybody's dead.
This statue here, this is of Fey origin. We must be getting close. Though we haven't had to cross Belor's nightmares yet, so I suppose there still may be tasks in hand.
Lawrence's.
Lawrence's nightmares are that dark ocean at the end, without a doubt, to me.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair. That is fair.
Unfortunately,
Think so?
Lawrence hails from just beside the realm of nightmares, just beside the realm of the deep.
Well, it's pretty deep down there.
Well, we are in the Fae now, and that means a couple things. One, we're getting closer, and two, things are more dangerous than ever. Trust nothing.
Including that statement?
Yes, the flowers here can kill you, so don't get off track. Let us stick together and don't wander.
A couple flowers holding knives are like, aw, man. And they, like, walk away.
They're like just off stage, like looking around the corner.
they're like little fat little toddlers, but their heads are flowers, and they have like full-size kitchen knives.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, they're flowy.
That's like horrifying. That's like some berserk shit.
Yeah.
It's like a pint-sized slasher in the Fallout universe.
Mm-hmm.
You know the pint-sized slasher? Yeah.
Yeah, and
Or like a flower
69
moon.
or whatever. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
But yeah, so in front of you is a wall with a statue, and that is it.
Statue? How do we get through here?
It snaps its head towards you, and it'll hold its hand up. In order to pass, you must answer my riddle.
What is
Okay,
it with
Bjork.
Dungeons and Riddles?
I thought it was really funny that you said ignore that riddle earlier. I was like, man, I was about to riddle you guys.
Well, I suppose if there's no other way, then riddle away.
Cold and dark and full of fright, dotted with the faintest light. And it'll sort of twitch its head at you, waiting for an answer.
The Starry Night, wouldn't it be?
Spiders.
It will look at Hernas, and it'll nod. And then it will step out of the wall. And through it, there will be a statue-shaped hole that you can exit through.
Well done, Anasa.
Yes, it was spiders after all.
Yeah, never make the riddles too hard because no one wants to just sit there waiting for people to figure a riddle.
We
You'd be
touchdown
surprised.
dance through because we're all so excited and happy. We're like high-fiving and cartwheel, and we spike the ball, and we go through the statue door.
I mean, the answer to the riddle of Lord of the Rings was, how do you say friend in elf? Like, like it wasn't too hard.
It wasn't even a riddle. Just say friend.
Yeah, it was like telling you they were instructions. Yeah.
How do I... Shoot, I don't know the word. God damn it. Oh, friend. I overthought this way too much. Yes, you did, Maya. You totally overthought
He
this
really,
puzzle.
really overthought it. Bello. All right, so you exit through this wall into a shimmering, shining, beautiful glade, sitting at this perfect moment between twilight and dawn. The sky is red and purple and full of stars and the moon. The air is sweet, and the trees seem to sway separate from the wind. It's like Cartoonville in Who Framed Roger Rabbit up in this piece. And those flowers are watching from behind. They're going, yay! Little fat little babies. Little murder babies. Are you winning, son? I don't know what that's
hell
a
yeah.
reference to. What up, where at?
Yo!
It's a dirty were rat right there.
I love that dirty were rat.
Oh, the dirty were rat too.
There's a little dirty were squirrel now.
Oh, yep.
Say dirty were rat 5 times fast.
No.
Dirty were rat, dirty were rat, dirty were rat, dirty were rat, dirty were rat.
Dirty were rat, dirty were rat, dirty were rat, dirty were rat, dirty were rat.
Ah!
Nice.
Man,
Well,
that'd be
that's
so
shit you say
cool.
into a
Like
mirror
just
first.
something came. I'd be so excited. But yeah, so you are in the enchanted realm of the Fae. What is your plan of attack? It's more important that I know like what your character's thinking and like what you're planning kind of thing than actual actions.
I gotta go ahead.
Hernas is super cautious because all the things you just described, of it being sweet, the air smelling sweet and all that sort of stuff, it's like that's all danger territory in his mind. So it's like, nope, I'm in an area that's very dangerous to orcs. I'm going to be very
dangerous
wary.
here, yeah.
Yes, the land of enchantment and danger indeed.
Well, we were promised nightmares after all.
I believe that we should head into the dark side of the Fae, where creatures are less forgiving and even the trees are plotting against you. For this is the place most forsaken, where I would never go. This is the place where the blade's location may be buried.
Right, because if we went to where you would normally want to go, this thing's hidden in your nightmares in a way to hide it from you.
Correct. Even if it's located in the dark Fae in the nightmare, I don't believe that means it's there in real life. We're looking for the location to be revealed. We may come across more information when we find the blade. Lord, I hope it's not hidden in the dark Fae.
Tanya will speak up. She'll look around. I know we're in a dream technically, but I think we're actually here.
What do you mean?
I don't.
I think he means if we die in the dream, we die for real.
No, that's not what I mean.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to say that.
You've been holding on to that. No. I think that there's not much difference between dreams and the Fae to begin with. I don't know if we are still operating in the same rules. Is all I'm saying.
Let's see.
Lawrence Fishburne realized his friends were not aware. Walking around on dry land is his nightmare. How he wishes the constant wetness of the ocean filled his bed.
Euphemism.
Oh, how I yearn for moisture.
Dry
Moist.
fit.
Like no more.
I forgot about that. He has to be wet.
Yeah, dude, he yearns for moisture.
Literally,
100%.
literally. That was my. That he stole that. He stole that from me. I
Yep.
said
Sure.
Lawrence has to be a little wet to breathe, and they fucking stole it.
I thought you were
Kevin
going to say that
Feige.
you had a secret villain in the back of your mind who gets more powerful than when he's super wet.
Yeah, let's
And
see.
they stole your idea.
Let's see who's in this chat. One of these guys might be Feige.
Yeah, exactly. John Favreau, Avenging Penguins, fucking
Oh,
Paul
that'd be,
Rudd.
oh man, Avenger Penguin is actually John Favreau. That'd be
It's
hilarious.
Stan Lee. He's still alive. This is what he does now.
Oh, yeah. Just snipe streams for content.
Excelsior.
I'm okay with this. But yeah, so you guys are all standing here in this enchanted glade in the Fey Realm.
Well, where to from here then?
Now
Where's
my,
more nightmares?
now my feelings are mixed. The worst place we could possibly go is into the dark side of the Fae. The side that the sun has forgotten long ago. A side that's only lit by the silver light of the moon. Full of cursed creatures, witches, and hags, and dark fae of that sort. However, my brother has gone to that side and gained the allegiance of these creatures. So maybe they're searching that side. Maybe they have searched that side. Maybe they haven't searched right under their nose. I do believe it's worth checking out this dark fae. It's the last place I would go.
Didn't you say he hid it there?
Yes, my older brother hid it in my nightmares. However, this is the part where dreams and reality bleed over, on the edge of the Fae. Things like nightmares and dreams can be used as easily as a sword.
Tanya will speak up. We haven't seen any real nightmares yet, have we?
I believe we've walked through everyone's nightmares on the way here.
Yes, but
Well,
we
a
didn't.
few.
We didn't really allow them to happen.
That's a good point.
So if what you say is true, perhaps we can make it to the royal feast before the blade is lost.
I think we'll know when we've walked through the nightmares. I don't feel that we have yet. I don't know. If we did, it was kind of underwhelming.
No, I see what you say. It just... It's worse than I guess I thought. But wouldn't it be more of a nightmare? Warren, wasn't that reality? Which, when you lost your finger, more of a nightmare even than what we saw here?
Yeah. They beat me pretty bad.
And
I forgot
you,
most of
Renata,
that.
we provided distractions, slowed the beast down, but what about when you were actually alone? That's
It took me
Tell me the
days to
secret
get to the temple, and I got was half starved by the time I got into the temple, and the shrine. And the shrine nearly killed me on the way in. We didn't have the shortcut that I know now. I know the right path, but back then I didn't. I wandered around for a very long time.
You
Not
see,
entirely sure how I didn't die.
we've wandered through at least 2 nightmares. Everyone's greatest fears are different. They may not have seemed traumatic to you, but I promise you to the others, they were living nightmares.
nightmares they actually experienced, of course, but not the ones that we walked through just now. We've altered them with our presence and our actions.
Mm.
This is what I was warning of earlier. The Fey realm is attached to the mortal realm. These dreams, they may affect more than we let on. No one's ever tested butterfly effect with dream sequences before. And as we dream sequence and dream walk here, I'm afraid what the long term is when we change people's dreams and memories and we affect them in this way.
Well, that's why I never told the child how to get through. I mean, the child was with us when we got there, but his struggle is still ahead of him. I wouldn't rob even my dream self of his heroic journey. Well, heroic journey, I presume. I may not be a hero.
Yes, you are indeed a hero. I spoke with you at length of this earlier.
Oh, I believe I should be walking the path, don't get me wrong, but whether I actually become one or I'm just one page in a long saga of the rifle, only time will tell.
And trust me, I've dedicated more than one page to your exploits already.
Oh, great. I have 2 pages. I might even get an illustration.
Don't look at my notes.
Warren will speak up. So, it doesn't really. Are we going somewhere?
Yes, we'll head first to the house, to the estate and manor at which the fateful night occurred when the blade was scattered across the floor, when Lysanthan the Lost returned and claimed my father's seat. For that was a horrible moment, and if we exist outside of time, perhaps we can arrive right at that moment, and we can retrieve the sword before it's lost, as it's lost.
I would suggest to you, this is how I've been moving things around. Focus on what you want to happen, and just believe it's gonna happen. And it should happen. That's how it's mainly worked for me. It's kind of hard to. You might have an easier time focusing than I do.
Yes, we have lots of self-progression books that we've read, and a lot of them say the same thing. Sort of believe in yourself, and just believe it's going to happen, and you will summon success. So forgive me, but I've tried it your way twice already, and nothing in this dream world has been to my will.
Oh. Maybe intentional.
Let us head to the manor now. Perhaps we can arrive just in time. And if not, we head towards the Dark Fae and look for the scariest thing we can find.
You begin traveling through the Fey Wild. You go through all the swaying trees. It is quite beautiful. Nothing really gets in your way. The way here almost makes more sense than the other places that you've been. So you're not going to try to will anything to happen?
I am not, no. I'm just gonna... Yeah, so far Solwyn has tried twice. Out of character, he's tried twice and failed twice. So I'm not gonna use that as my first instinct, because it's failed twice for me, but I probably will try again later. Just to have that moment where it's like, oh, it finally worked, Solwyn believed and it happened. But right now I don't believe.
Fair enough.
I will admit I'm trying to make sure that we're heading closer to the power source I'm sensing, if I can still sense it.
It comes and goes.
Which I'll report. Like, I feel it, it's gone away. I feel it again, it's going away. It must be this place.
You'll see creatures every now and again. You'll see some of the women of the trees going to and fro. You've battled their kin before. But these ones seem pure. They seem untainted by the shadows like the ones you faced. But their dance is no less alluring. You'll continue, and eventually you will get to the manor. It is a large, almost castle, but I imagine it with a huge open courtyard where you can just kind of walk in. A large table is set. All kinds of beings sit at this table. There you can see a man wearing a crown. You can see Solwyn.
Immaculate stained glass windows all around the entire place that all depict the sun and summer, and just everything is bright and light as you could imagine.
Yes. And then you'll see a man wearing a crown. You'll see Solwyn. You'll see another grand-looking elf as well, sitting at the table. And then you'll see just an assortment of different creatures and spirits, all feasting at this long table. The sun seems to be shining off of the manor into the courtyard.
Yes, this is exactly the moment. So Lysanthan should appear and set this whole place to siege. The sword should scatter across the floor there. And I'll point to a spot.
I would suggest standing there waiting for it to come to us. Let it play out the way it played out.
Fair enough.
It's very concerning that I can sense it, but it goes away. I feel like I'm being toyed with.
Do you think when I walk in there will be two me's in there?
There was two of me in my in the shrine.
Yes, but this Fey realm, this works differently. This may be reality.
Be careful what you believe.
Your brother Elswyl will walk up to you. Solwyn! And he'll put his arm around your shoulders. And he'll ignore everybody else and bring you to sit at the table.
Is the other Solwyn there?
We'll say no. I like this better.
Okay. Brother, good to see you.
Since it is more your dream, anyways, it makes sense that you're actually there.
Maybe while we're here, he's young. He is the younger version of himself.
Yeah, that's fine. I thought about actually doing a thing where all of you were your child selves, but I didn't. I thought about doing that, though. Would have been fun.
Brother, it's good to see you. You know why I'm here.
Yeah, for the feast, of course.
No, I'm afraid you have spoken to me. I'm dreamwalking right now.
Brother, do go on.
Lysanthan appears soon, with Dark Fey at hand.
He'll like spit his drink up a little bit. Be like, why must you mention his name? Today is supposed to be a happy day.
I'll push out my chair and slam my hands on the table. Somebody must listen to me. Lysanthan will attack any moment.
Some people will, your brother will like ding his glass and everyone will pay attention. And some people will start to applaud. Oh, as if you're doing some sort of performance, which is not unnatural.
You must listen. The Fey in the entire realm of both humanity and ours are at risk. I'm dreamwalking now. This is not my first time here. I'm here for my father's blade. I must take over this realm, and I must lead us to glory.
One of the other Fae will stand. Another elf will stand up, and he'll cover himself in a napkin. It is I, Lysanthan, here for the blade. And he'll start to talk in rhyme, and like he's doing a bit, and everyone will sort of think that this is rehearsed.
If you won't listen, then I'll take the blade myself, and I'll walk over to...
Not before me, brother! And he'll leap towards your father.
All the sailors are fucking cheering. They're all having a great time.
They're having a great time. They're having the best
playing
time
a
ever.
pan flute, and it just goes right along with the whole scene.
How did we ever struggle against these pompous idiots?
It's pretty fun. It's pretty fun. But people will start to clap. And then the man playing Lysanthan will gasp as a blade exits through the front of his chest. And your actual brother, what a poor imitation. And he'll dump him to the side. And then the Fae will attack. It'll happen just like you remember it. You'll see your father's sword skitter across the ground.
This time I dive for it instead of crawling across the room like I did last time. Last time I crawled to make an exit.
Make
Grabbed my stuff.
a willpower check.
Bum 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 bum. Willpower check. WP. Let me get that big 11.
So as you leap, you start. You're just not moving. You're just not moving. And your brother Lizanthan will reach down and pick up the sword.
I will fire at the sword in hopes to knock it from his grasp.
Go ahead and give me a shot.
He can grab it.
Give me a shooty boy.
Uh, 15.
Why does it say aim 2?
It should be I can't make it say aim 3 because, but I get +1 on aim because I'm I think it's a rogue thing. I forget if it's a firearm thing or it's a rogue. It's a firearm thing. My bad.
You'll fire. You'll make him drop the sword. You'll snap out of your slow motion daze, Solwyn.
Do I catch the sword and is it dope?
You'll reach for the sword and you'll pick up nothing. It'll disappear in the wind. As everything sort of starts to fade away from you. Everything except SYL.
It was in my grasp, brother. I almost had it. Where is the sword?
You must go deeper still, brother, to the true land of nightmares.
We must press on.
Good luck, brother, and he'll disappear.
Cannot say I did not expect a bit of trickery in the land of dreams and nightmares. Though I am upset, I'm not that surprised.
Yeah, it was fun actually being able to give you that helpless dream experience. So that's good for me. You got a boon though,
Nice.
so that's good.
Let us press further.
You
Surely this-
are all no longer in the Fae. You're kind of just in a blank area. Everything's just kind of gray. There's no features. Warren will look particularly concerned by this. Did we break it?
Hold on. Let me check my notes. I'm gonna make another cartography, dream cartography test here to keep trying to map this out and see if I can figure out theoretically where we might be. I rolled a 16.
It's good enough. You are. I mean, so the only real consistency is that when you're in between places, you're kind of in this empty space. You think maybe that's where you are.
This reminds me of the first building we went through, the dark hallway. And then in the temple, the same thing, a hallway of utter blackness. Perhaps this gray fog is the same. If we press on, we'll just pop out in some alleyway somewhere.
So you press on, I take it.
Unless anybody says no, but yeah, that's my plan.
Do it.
All of you continue on. You just keep walking. Eventually, it does give way to rolling hills, greenery, a nice summer breeze. Makes you feel good. Oh, damn. It's like pouring over here all of a sudden out of nowhere. I was like, what the hell? It sounded like there was like a freight train coming past my window for a second. I was like, what the hell?
I think there was also a motorcycle at the same time.
Maybe. It's real loud, though.
You think the rain was coming from the motorcycle or no?
It was a
Oh,
rainbow.
man. I'm writing that down.
That's
You-
just
you
called
do
a
that.
jet ski, bro.
Nice, dude.
No, I'm making this like a dude in City of Mist or something.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Nice.
Like Ghost Rider except a storm.
Yeah.
Rain Rider.
Rider of the storm. Yeah.
There's
Boom. Bat.
Oh no, it's Jim Morrison. What a dick.
Wow, somebody has opinions. All right. You're on this rolling plain. It is a beautiful day.
This is a nice change of pace.
You will see up ahead lots of farmland.
Should we not be walking toward where it is darkest? Is what I overheard. It seemed to be just.
But as I said earlier, not everyone's fears and nightmares are the same. Perhaps we must look under the surface to find what's truly terrifying about this beautiful place.
Like the underwater ancient evil sorts of all of this interdimensional chaos, potentially.
Exactly, Lawrence. This could be the source of it all, hidden under a simple well.
Well, let's look for one of those.
For a well?
Was that
Are
a
any of
pun?
Are any of you familiar with this countryside? Has been the case as we travel from place to place.
Is it familiar to me? I am a wanderer, but I don't know if I've been here before.
It is familiar to one of you, but only one.
I haven't been here before.
No.
I don't know. Are we on the ground or are we in a bunch of water right
You're on the ground. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not me.
Yeah. There is something really familiar about this place.
You'll hear somebody really far away. You'll hear your name shouted on the wind. Baldur!
I'm gonna like kind of hurry and see where that's coming from.
You'll run up. You guys will run for a little bit. You'll like sort of like a brisk jog. You'll mount a hill. Up ahead, you can see farmland, like worked farmland. You can see a little house off in the distance. You see a woman in a like a blue dress with like a white like apron on, like Little House on the Prairie style, shouting for Balor over the hills. You'll see a small child run to her.
Well, this
I'm
place
not
is
gonna-
very picturesque. I'm surprised you ever decided to leave.
Yes, well, it wasn't exactly my choice.
I'll give a meaningful look to Warren on that comment.
I'm not gonna try and get closer or like, I want to just actually watch what happens from afar. I want to see this play out again.
Okay, I sent you a message in Discord, but yeah, you'll see. You'll run up to your mother. She'll scold you for going up too far, but she says she needs your help. One of the cattle is giving birth.
Oh. We're all like away and I'm watching like the past me helping my mom, right?
You'll just watch.
Yeah, mostly watch. I do want to move close enough to where I can hear like at least most of things, kind of get a gist of how the things go. But I just want to watch. And there's this like somber look on Valor's face.
Do you remember this day?
I do, though never as clearly as I do now.
The way things have been going, I expect the worst for that calf. Perhaps you could step in and shine Balor's light on this situation this time. Bring a bit of faith to these people.
At this point, you would notice, like, tears have been rolling down her cheeks. This would probably be the second that you would see, or the third. She just shakes her head and looks at you, Solon, and says, "That's not what we're here to do, Solon." And then I look back and take a deep breath. We're here for the nightmares.
So yeah, as you're helping deliver this calf, you get it out. You're very excited. It's your first time that you've really been able to help with something like this. But then your mother collapses.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. There's Valor's just silently just she doesn't move from where she is, but her hands are like white knuckle gripped. One of them is white knuckle gripped on her chakram. And she's watching from afar this scene again.
Eventually, it'll be nighttime.
I want to plead with you one more time. We were able to stop what happened to the Warren. We were able to stop the beating. We were able to save the child Hanasa from the great beast. We were able to almost take the sword back from my brother. In this circumstance, in this version, please allow us to change things for you.
Warren will offer his hand. I don't know how much you actually changed. He's still missing his finger.
We will
I
not
like
know until we
looking at Solwyn.
return to the mortal realm, but I believe these nightmares may be overcome and vanquished, depending on the way we handle them here.
So when the mortal realm is forged in its high moments and in its suffering, it is not so quick and flight of fancy like the Fey realm is. Our suffering is what makes us who we are.
Yes, but you've been molded into that person already. You need not continue to suffer. This is the moment. We can change the things that plague you.
Isn't that what your brother's trying to do?
Yes, certainly. Every villain has their perspective. But my intent here is not foul.
It is arrogant all the same.
Damn.
I suppose
Get
I'm gonna
real.
look at Warren. It almost doesn't matter, I suppose, if this has an effect or not. Maybe you're right, Solon. This is an opportunity for me that I
Oh.
could take.
Boy.
Excuse me.
So it is nighttime. It just kind of happens suddenly. Neither you nor your mother are outside anymore. You can see a light
Okay.
inside the farmhouse. You can keep talking uninterrupted though.
Do I know, like, do we feel or do we know, like, that this is, like, the same day or the same sort of, like...
It's hard to tell how much time has passed. You're not sure what will happen when you look inside that window.
Well,
You're
I go
not
ahead-
sure which night this is, boy.
It wasn't the night I was first expecting.
This is
But
this
I
is
do
getting way
go
harder
and
for
peek.
me. Alright.
Yeah, I go up and I peer through the window. And I decide to get that closer look.
You can see your mother laying in the bed with a rag on her head. And you see the child version of you holding her hand, sitting on like a milking stool. That's it. Your mother does not look well.
I'm actually gonna come around to the front door and knock. And yeah. I just do that.
There'll be some hesitation in the reaction. You'll hear like a startled like scoot of the stool as you knock. It seems like you scared your younger self. But eventually she will crack the door. Can I help you?
Hello. I'm a cleric of Washalia. I was traveling this way and well, I hoped I could pause for a moment of rest. Are your parents home?
My mom is.
Oh, could you get her for the door?
She's very unwell. I'm sorry.
I see.
Is there anything I can do to
Well-
help you?
Well, perhaps I could help you. You see, as a cleric of Rashalia, I have much healing magic.
We're Christian scientists.
Yeah, we don't believe in medicine. The earth is flat. Could you please leave?
That's what they're called, right? The ones that don't believe in medicine. No. Sorry, I couldn't
Those are just
resist.
called idiots.
I was like, why would young Valor refuse the help of Washalia? Oh. You can really help? You can...
Let me see what I can do.
She'll
At the very least.
She'll hesitate, but she'll open the door. She'll pick up like a stick from the side of the door though, and like hold it, like she's like gonna beat you up.
Fair. Yeah, I walk in, and I'm making like graceful and slow movements and move over to where my mother is lying down unwell. And I sit beside and grip her hands and, hold it for the first time in like, what would that be like? I don't know, more than 10 years.
She'll look up to you in her haze. She'll call you by name. Valor?
And I'll just shh. Don't worry, I'm here to help. I'm gonna close my eyes and I'm gonna I'm not sure which one of these to do, because I've
I'm
got
not
like
sure
cure.
either.
Well, it's also a dream, so you don't need to pick a spell off your spell list. You could just try to do a thing and willpower
You
it.
could try. Let me see.
That's fair.
But what does Cure do?
Cure says I touch a subject and immediately cure one disease affecting them. That's the short version. When you get the big text pasted somewhere. Oh yeah, that's right. Any ongoing effects of the disease end, but the cure does not heal damage the disease previously caused. At the GM's discretion, certain exotic, unusual, or magical diseases may have a higher target number or magic cost.
Your mic
That's
didn't
that
pick
one.
up, Jahan.
That's because it was
Oh, I thought that was-
muted.
Nice.
You roll a 13?
I did.
Okay.
Just, yep.
So you release this healing energy into her, but like you can feel that the sickness remains. You kind of feel it in her body. It's something in her head.
And then sort of
There's a lump.
rest my hand.
There's a lump in her head. You can feel it.
See. In that case, we try antidote with 20. This one says it cures toxins and what have you. Still don't know if it works. There are more options that I have.
There is no toxin in her.
With that one failing,
I mean,
we
you
actually-
clear out some like residual infection from like as a byproduct. Sure, she gets a little better, but you can tell that you're not fixing the problem.
Treating symptoms, not the problem.
And then I do a healing touch, like
Healing touch.
Lore starts going through the book.
You do give her some more vitality. You can see her, like, shallow, sunken-in cheeks, like, kind of fill a little bit as she gets a little healed.
You see.
But you can also feel the lump in her head.
You have given her
pressing.
the gift of a few more hours or a few more days, and the gift of time is precious for a mother and their child.
Was revival?
Yeah, this is
You kind of have to wait to use that one.
so let me see.
You don't
here,
have to wait to
revival.
use it. You just have to hit him with a hammer a couple times.
It says your touch helps restore the grievously wounded or fallen. A dying character immediately hold on. The dying character adjacent to you immediately regains 10 plus their constitution plus willpower and health. So I don't know if this constitutes either, but really the point here is that
That you're trying.
as each of these fail, you sort of like, yeah, the next one comes in a little bit more fervent than the last one.
Yeah. I don't think any of these fix cancer. But the fun part is that you now get to feel exactly where it is. So it's pretty traumatic.
So yeah,
That's why I asked
so
you
then-
questions in secret to make sure this wasn't like making you relive some horrible thing.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, no worries. And appreciated very much. But so then after, like, as these magics fail and Dolores once again having to accept this moment for what it is, she centers a little bit more, comes back and casts her Generate, which would effectively in this case just be like a painkiller. You know, add a little bit more time, ease a little bit of pain. Before
Or it'll
eventually
turn her
fades
into
off.
a constantly dying monster of perpetual
one of the
pain.
two. One of the two. We'll never find out for sure.
That's just
hopefully
life you
it's
just
what it's-
described.
Yeah, I was gonna say you get to experience what it's like to be Jahan for a day, if that's your.
After these 5 spells have been cast, you've created the first ever cancer elemental. Alright. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't see, like, this is all
It's
really
a
good,
giant
but I feel
crab made
bad.
out of brains.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no,
well, it feels
it's
bad.
Ron
But it's good.
DeSantis.
Living cancer.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. That's a good joke.
And it turns out your dying mother has DeSantis, which is brain
No.
cancer.
The worst of them all.
No, I say we name.
Brain,
I say we.
brain and butt cancer. The DeSantis.
It's the
You get it
DeSantis
both at the same
count.
time.
If only we were so lucky.
God.
Only.
Thank you for alleviating some of this awkward pain. This is horrible. I can't believe I'm doing
It's
this to
awful.
you.
No problem. I'm here
It's
to
an
make
excellent
jokes
nightmare.
about Rick DeSantis and his dumb brain and his stupid butt cancer.
But as you keep healing your mother, you feel the cancer grow and grow, and eventually she just dies in your arms. And your younger self starts to sob. But eventually she stops, and you realize it's just you there now, crying. It's pretty bad.
Yep. It's pretty bad. Go ahead and once I've composed myself upon that.
I don't know
that
why I did
realization
this.
there,
I don't know what was in it
I
for me.
leave. This is the nightmare. It makes sense to me to help you feel slightly better. It makes sense
Thanks.
to me because you are in the nightmare realm.
It feels right
You
to
don't
you
understand
that
what's up.
I did my job, I guess.
Character development.
But as you
no,
cry, the world fades away. All of you realize you were standing on the beach.
Oops. That's why my phone did that.
Well, thank God after that, below you surely earned a vacation.
Oh, I certainly won't be upset about the change in the environment.
Our
That was pretty
beaches,
heavy.
our beach is vacation destinations for the mortal realm as well. We elves love a good beach, a good lounge.
Yeah, I was like, Balor doesn't really have a lot of trauma that I know about. I better
Just started digging deep.
Jeez. I think this is me finally accepting I need to go get therapy. I think that's real. It's too real. But yeah, so you're standing on this beach. Before you is just the black water, the darkest water. You can't see anything in it. You can see the waves cresting, calling. And Lawrence, you recognize this beach?
Don't go down there. Nothing good for you down there. Oh, I gotta go there, don't we? For like the quest line.
Yeah.
It's likely
Alright.
that's where this terrible, annoying sword is.
Unless this is Tanya's memory, and I turn and look at her.
Did you say annoying sword?
Yeah.
You just brought a Fantasy Age crossover with the City of Mist. I did. It's not my fault, though. I don't blame me.
I do, though.
If you're a good
Yeah,
GM,
yeah.
everything can be a crossover.
Every single one of the games we've ever played could probably cross over.
You ever heard of these things called portals before?
Yeah, I mean, they're
Whenever you have portals, things could cross
yeah.
over.
If you have one game that's in a multiverse, all your games are in a multiverse.
It just takes like 2 shakes of a cat's tail to make it happen.
I mean,
So-
you did transition from Wild Sea into Fantasy Age Wild Sea. So,
That wasn't my fault. I'm never putting boats in my game again.
You could have put them in a desert.
I could have. I should have. I swear, this is the second game in a row of fantasy setting where I put the players in, they beelined it for the coast, got in a ship, and sailed away from everything I prepared.
That has literally happened in maybe 3 out of the 5.
It happens
recent
every time.
games I played. Yeah, people love that. People love to do that.
People like to get on the boat. I
That's
don't.
amazing.
It's really funny. I need to be ready for it next time. Thanks, Vampire Bites, for 23 months.
Damn,
Of subscription.
fast. Thank
Oh
you.
man, 1 month shy of 2 years. Hell yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you so much. But yeah, so you were all sitting on the beach. Balor is sobbing but composing herself. What was your plan here? You gonna go into the water? I just need a yes.
Yeah.
I can't make you do it.
Yes.
Okay. Her nest stays. Her nest stays.
Oh, if
Not
everyone else is
by
going, I'm not
themselves.
staying here by myself.
No, I'll stay with you. Let them drown. This is
No,
far
I-
enough in the nightmare for me. I'm gonna turn
Lords
around.
It's your sword!
Yeah, I'm gonna turn around. This is
Thalassophobia.
getting scary.
Lord, I don't think your kind heart can handle the atrocities I'm soon to witness in the
You
depths.
guys just want to abandon this quest and go back to town and shop, or what?
Not after suffering this much.
You're right.
Yes.
Okay.
DB,
At this point, we have to go
3212.
in there.
What up, DB? Welcome, Raiders of the Dragon Ball Z universe.
Such good timing.
It is good timing. Right towards the end,
Excellent timing.
you are facing the shore of darkness. But yeah, that is where we're gonna end. But hey, I should probably do this more. But you guys all level up.
Oh, hey.
Oh, cool.
I should
You
probably,
level up.
I should probably
Oh my
do it more
goodness.
often. What level are you guys now?
5.
Yeah, I feel like
5.
5 after 21 episodes is a little slow. I should
Yeah.
pro-
That's
Probably
that's
speed
a
that
level every 4
I'm supposed to be level
episodes.
5?
We're
We
level
just
5
leveled
now.
up right now.
yeah,
But that's a level every 4 sessions. That's not so bad.
it's not so bad.
It's Fantasy Age speed. It tracks with me.
Mhm.
Okay. Good. I just don't want you guys to feel like, we never level. Alright, but yeah. Ray,
Where
Dragon Ball
we at
Z.
in
Oh
modern
man, you have
age?
Dragon Ball Z emotes.
That's what's killer, Jahan, because I'm pretty sure in modern age we put up 40 games and we're level 4.
Okay, that's a little slow.
That is a little slow.
But it's because that game's so sporadic. It's hard to remember like how many, because it's every other week.
Honestly, what I think it is actually is that I tell you guys you level up, then no one does, and then we forget about it.
That's
I
a
think
good
that's what's
idea. Let's do that next week.
I think
Let's
that's
do that on
happened at
this
least one.
show.
Yeah, we can level up next week. For sure.
I will not forget him.
We should. Can we level up on stream, or should we level up on our own?
In this game,
Should
or
we-
you can level up on your
Yeah,
own, but we can
in
go
this
over
game,
it.
Should we show people what leveling up in Fantasy Age is
We
like?
show
'Cause
people.
We usually just do it on our own. It's kind of confusing in Fantasy Age. I think
It's
it
a
might
little
help
weird.
people.
It's a little wonky. Yeah, I mean, we can show it next time. So next week, we'll start off with leveling up, and then we'll
Whoa.
descend into the sea of nightmares.
That sounds fun.
Yay!
Thank you, everybody. Thanks for the raid. Thanks for the follows. Thanks for the subscribes. Thanks for everything. This is Fantasy Age from Green Ronin Publishing. Don't forget, check out greenroninstore.com/discount/fresh out the box for 5% off of everything Green Ronin, and you help us out as well. I'm Johananon at RockFact on Twitter.
It's me, Casualty CDG. I'm the co-host of Fresh Out the Box. Fresh Out the Podcast. That's where Jahan and I and our friend Drew talk about movies, video games, streaming shows, Oscar races, and other things you might be interested in, pop culture styles. If you don't like podcasts and you don't want to listen to that, well, that's just fine. You can listen to us play tabletop role-playing games. You can watch us play tabletop role-playing games. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on twitch.tv/Johananon. You can find us at Fresh Out the Box, ttrpg, everywhere else. We're always trying to play different systems, show you how those systems work. We play with different casts and try to have fun and laugh. And then Jahan tries to make everybody sad with his depression boy brain. And then we all laugh about it later and cry ourselves to sleep. So join us for our games Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays from 8 p.m. until 11 p.m. Central Standard Time. And see what we're playing or doing. Sometimes we paint miniatures and just hang out. So
I'll try to stop at the cancer storylines. I'll try to calm it down.
be our nerd friend. That's we need more nerd friends and more followers. So come do that, and we'll see you next time.
And I've been AD Springer, also known as Corbinian. You can follow me at ElectricMetCHSR on Twitter, or follow me on Twitch under Corbinian. And I am doing this Saturday. I'm doing at 1:30 Eastern Time. I am doing Traveler 5, some more adventures in the far, far future as people are heading off to get their new starship. Hopefully,
Hell
assuming I don't
yeah.
kill them sometime. One could hope. But yeah, no, if you follow me, you may see what I'm doing when I'm up to it, because I have a sporadic schedule.
Opinion,
So-
did you mean to tell me that you're playing a tabletop role-playing game where the first thing that happened is your players went for a ship?
Well, that is the point of Traveler, to be fair.
To be fair, is the point of Traveler. Wow,
You
thanks for
gotta-
the raid, Cybernation Uncensored.
Timing.
Just in
We're doing our
time.
outro.
Just in time for our outros.
That's right. Speaking of outros, hey everyone, it's been a lot of fun. I'm Aaron Baumier. I'm well known out there as Aaron Dippity Doo. And if you like tabletop role-playing games, if you like playing them, and you just like the fact that they exist, that's cool, because I make those. We're making our flagship game, New Varden, at Adventure Slang Productions. You can check that out at adventureslang.com. And if you are sick and tired of RPGs and playing them and watching people play them, you can hear us talk about them and some associated cultural things with other people in the TTRPG community on our Adventure Slang podcast. And that's pretty cool, in case you are also tired of all the other things. So check it out sometime.
And what's up, guys? I've been Keon, your music person, fish boy. You can check out my music anywhere you listen to music. Apple Music and Spotify and Tidal and YouTube and all this stuff. And yeah, there's keys. KIYAHN. That's KIY. Always hate Nazis.
That's fair. Yeah, don't forget. So everybody, check out Cybernation Uncensored. They do a bunch of great stuff. Great cast. Great GMs. Check out DB3212 as well if you want to check out a really cool Dragon Ball Z tabletop role-playing game. So we got all kinds of flavors here. Thank you all for your raids. We love you. Stay fresh. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.